Yeah. This conversation, this conversation is not for the weak. This conversation is not for weak men. This conversation is not for somebody, not for a guy, for an individual to make a whole lot of excuses about their life. See, a lot of people, at least from the man perspective, because that's the only way I could tell it to you. From the man perspective, I don't care what you throw at me. I don't care. Okay, in a relationship, things didn't work out. Things didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with a beautiful lady, you dealing with a woman, and the relationship didn't go the way that you thought it was going to go. The marriage didn't go the way it's supposed to go. You done tried everything you can do. You know what I mean? But it's going to, for some reason, you get to that point in the relationship, in the marriage, in the situation, in the obligation. It's kids involved. It's kids involved. As a man, what you gonna do? Huh? Y'all ain't ready for this conversation. What's up, Raina? What's up, Raina? I see you in the building early. I appreciate you. This, that one tonight. This, that one early morning flow. This, that early morning flow. I'm bringing it to y'all, man. But this gonna be a real one. This is a real one. But seriously, though, as a man, we are not allowed to make excuses. Because guess what? No matter what happens, you still have to produce. If you bring, you know what I'm saying, a beautiful children, you help bring them in the world, you always have an obligation. Do you feel? Huh? You always gonna have an obligation, even when they turn 18, even when they 21. For a man out there, anybody with children, they gonna always come back to you and need guidance, need some type of understanding. But at the beginning, right, as an infant, as a toddler, young teenager, from the man perspective, they always need that father figure in their life to show what a man's supposed to look like. Do you feel me? I was watching a little bit of the Fresh and Fit. I don't really watch them like that, but I was just coming across a situation, with one of the guys going through a situation with a pregnancy, whatever. And that kind of inspired me to have this conversation, because it's really not about them. I don't attack content creators. I don't contact YouTubers, whoever you are. That ain't what I do over here. But we gonna have a conversation. Do you feel me? We gonna have that conversation, man. Yes, indeed. But it's like this, right? I really dislike a lot of men who, for whatever reason, the relationship didn't work out. That ain't, at that point when it's kids involved, it really doesn't matter why it didn't work out. But if y'all come to a situation where you just can't come together, y'all can't work it out, you feel me? As a man, you just have to know in the back of your mind, there's a responsibility that's always required of you. You know what I'm saying? You can't control other people, but you can control your emotions. You can control how you respond to things. You can control how hard you need to go out there and get it to produce for things, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, that's the difference, man. That's the difference. That's the difference between the ones that's going to make excuses. You feel me? Get online, talk to their partners, having a female type of tendency on how they respond to things. And that ain't a knock to women. I'm just saying that generally women are more emotional than men. That's what was given to you. Do you feel me? Huh? Do you feel me on that? Because this is the thing, man. We choose to lay down who we choose to lay down with, right? And you got to know, you should know. I always say this, whether you're a young adult or OG or in between adult, whatever you are, whoever you are, once you begin to indulge in grown folk activity, right? Once you start to indulge in grown folk activity, you have to know that there is a liability that comes with that. And at the end of the day, a man still have to be a man regardless of the situation. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the situation, we make the choices that we made, and now you have to live with the consequences. You feel me? And guess what? A woman's job is to protect the children. Now, do some of them take advantage of that? Absolutely. Do some of them be real? Do they really be like real vindictive, and the way they respond and how they come after men is definitely, they trying to take what they have? Absolutely. Are all women like that? No, they're not. But regardless of what a woman will and won't do, a man still gotta be a man in or out the relationship when it comes to the children, man. Do you feel? It doesn't matter. It does not matter, man. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what, player? Guess what, player? Guess what, playboy? Guess what, partner? My homie. You feel me? Whether you're an entrepreneur, you work for a corporation, or you are the corporation. There's certain things as a man you just can't change. You feel me? And this is the thing about it though. You would want to take care of your kids. You would want to give them that support. You feel me? Because you got support. You can pay for them trips when you going overseas, huh? You can pay for them trips when you trying to get between them thighs, huh? You feel me? You don't mind doing all that. You don't mind flying them out. You don't mind taking them on trips. You don't mind going on expensive dates. So guess what? When a child involved, that's part of the game, man. This game of life. Who said it was fair? That's one thing I don't understand. Ain't nothing in life really fair, bro. That's the reality. Somebody is going to work more than the other. One adult or parent is going to spend more time with the child than the other. That's unfortunately that's how it's designed. So whoever has the child the most usually will get the most support. So if the mother has the kid more than the father because the father got to go out there and work, father got to take trips to get this money, this father got to work this many jobs, got to do this, got to do that, which is understandable, right? Because we talking about men, we ain't talking about little boys. See, I ain't trying to entertain, you feel me, weak individuals. That ain't what I'm talking about. So if I'm not related to you, that mean that you ain't a go-getter, man. You feel me? For my fellas out there, man. You know what I mean? You got to be a go-getter in life, regardless of your circumstances. That's how I feel. That's how I got where I'm at in life and how I'm still thriving. You feel me? So if you can't relate to that, I don't know what to tell you, man. But don't come here talking about excuses. I got a 5-year-old daughter, and I don't even like her telling me excuses. Do you feel? Okay? You know what I mean? So if you're dealing with a woman that's pregnant, you're dealing with a woman that has a you know what I'm saying, infant for you, a toddler for you, a young teenager for you. You feel me? You know, at the end of the day, whether or this relationship work or not, you have to do certain things financially. And it's another thing too, right? when it comes to child support, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a story right about me. See, I got enough game. I don't really need to talk about nobody. So, young Sean B. Stoller, you know what I'm saying? My first child, she about to be 21 now. You know, around 2005, 2006. Me and her mother, we didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So it basically got to a point where, because I was, doing pretty well in life, you know what I'm saying? Even back then, the young B Stoller. You know what I'm saying? I was doing all right. And financially, I was making decent money, definitely well above 30,000, you know what I'm saying, which they say average men make, which is crazy to me. But that's a whole nother conversation. So I was doing pretty well in life, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But at that time, my daughter was around 4, you know what I'm saying? Around 4 years old, somewhere around there. And so eventually, my oldest daughter mom put me on child support. And when she hit me with that, you know what I mean? And special shout out to my fellas, man. And when you go to that, that family law courthouse for the first time, when you go to that family courthouse for the first time, that's when you find out what you truly made of. When they hit you with that, I call it like a diagnostic. When you sitting in there, because first of all, unlike TV, when you go to a real family law house, you know, you have to, prior to going there, you have to submit all this information, like how much money you make, any other assets or property. They want to know a lot of different information. Now, for me, I didn't have a lawyer. You know what I mean? So, for me personally, this was my experience on how it happened for me out here in California. So, at first, I got served. You know what I'm saying? And once I got served, I had to go to, we had to go see what is it called? Before you go to court, you try to mediator. I think it's a media. I can't think of the proper name. I apologize. But you meet up before you go to court, usually a few weeks or a month or two before you actually go to your court date. You have to meet up with this person that's basically a lawyer for the court in a sense, a mediator. There it is. It's a mediator. You have to meet a mediator, and in that mediator session or meeting, you and your child's mother or partner, y'all try to discuss the percentage of who's going to keep the kid the most. You know what I'm saying? So you come up with the number, you try to be realistic. And what you don't know, when you have that mediator session, once you have the mediator session, based on what it was put on those documents, that's what they're going to recommend when you go to court. So that's very key. And me being a man who I'm always working, you know what I'm saying? So I work a lot of hours, even back then, you know what I'm saying? I worked a lot of hours. But my schedule was a little bit more flexible. So once we met up with the mediator, we discussed how much, time I could have the child, how much the child is with the mother, with me, mother, so on, the holiday split, okay, odd years, it was that whole thing. Anybody that been to court and family law, you know what I'm saying. Usually when you go to the mediator, they have this long document and they try to go over every single major holiday that you all can agree upon. And usually, at least for me, how it went for me in California out here, is that, usually when it comes to Christmas, Thanksgiving, one person to take an even year, the other person take an odd year, or you do vice versa. Like one year you have the child for Christmas, the other one you have it for Thanksgiving, and so on. That's basically how it worked for me back then, right? So In this mediator session, you don't discuss child support. It's just mostly the visitational rights. That's basically what you're trying to set up when you go to the mediator. You know what I'm saying? In family law, for me, that's how it worked, because I didn't go in with a lawyer. It was just parent to parent, basically, and a mediator where you discuss all these things. So I'm just trying to give y'all a backdrop of when I talk about child support, to give you the reference of where I'm coming from. Do you feel me? So we get the mediator, we met the mediator, we go through the numbers, we figure out, okay, boom, this is what we agree upon, who get the visitation and so on, right? So I'm thinking, okay, we cool. All right. Now we get to court. And like I said earlier, once you get to court, whatever you discuss with the mediator, it's all legal documents that's going to be given to the judge. See, unlike TV, you know what I'm saying? You stand up there and y'all get to talking. Nah, that ain't how it work in real family law court when you talk about child support. What's good? What's good, Brandon? What's going on? Yeah, we chopping it up. We're talking about child support, and hey, we getting into it. And so once we got to court, after I met with the mediator, we discussed the percentages on visitation and all that. When we get to court now, when you get to the court for the first time, it is a sticker shock, because you like, man, you see all these people in here. I'm looking around. I see some dudes in there. They're looking real disgruntled. I'm looking all uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Because it's like, we all standing here. I mean, we all sitting here waiting to get our chance to stand up in front of the judge. And you got the recorder. She steady typing away. You feel me? You got the bailiff over there. So just like TV, that part is real. You okay? But when you get up there in front of the judge, you either agree or you disagree. It's not all these long conversations. This ain't Judge Judy, man. You feel me? This is real life, man. So I'm trying to get y'all a setup before we get to the real meats and potatoes of this thing. Because, hey, it's a doozy, but follow me, man. So I finally get up there. I mean, well, before I get up there, I'm still looking around. I can see some dudes. They really looking, they fiddling their hands. I'm just looking around. I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to get hit with a sticker price, but I don't know what that price going to look like yet. So I'm like, okay, let me see what I can do, because I know I make good money, right? I make decent money. I ain't rich, but I'm doing way better than 30,000 a year. You feel me? So I'm like, okay. So I finally get up there. I'm standing in front of the judge. And this is the coldest part. If you ever been to family law court, I'm trying to tell you, this is real life. This ain't no pump fake. This is my real life I'm talking about. Have a son, it's always been an issue in court. Yeah, see, Randy, you know what I'm talking about. That family law ain't no joke. So look, so I stand up there. Now, keep in mind earlier, we already met with the mediator. We discussed how long the kid is with the mother, with the dad. So the way they calculated it, I was going to have the child 30%. I think it was 35%, but let's say 30. I had the child for 30%, and the mother was going to have the child for 70%. Right? So based on what we discussed in mediation, which I didn't know at the time, whatever we discussed in mediation and what we agreed upon, once the judge got those documents for the mediator, basically everything we discussed in mediation, that was the law. So once I got up to the judge and I'm pleading my case, hey, I work this, I do this, I have the kid on the weekends, we flip flop the holidays, odds, odds and even holidays and so on. And the judge, it took maybe 30 seconds. It was like, okay, your child support is $1,000 a month. I was like, oh my goodness. 1,000 a month, man. Now you talking about a guy, I ain't no rapper. You feel me? I work hard for my money. Now this is we talking about this around 2005, 2006. My child support was $1,000 a month. Do you feel for one kid? Not three, not two, not a little village. You feel me? You know what I mean? Not a child with any special needs. None of that. They hit me with one thou wow. They hit me with the whole kick and caboodle. Do you feel me? Right? 1,000 a month. And this is in 2005, 2006. Real talk. That ain't no pump fake. That ain't no none of that. That's real life. Right? So I was floored, man. I'm looking at the number because they give it out here in California. When you go to family law, they kind of give it, I call it like a diagnostic check. You know how you go and get a smog and they put you they hook up these cables to the car or to the tailpipe or under the hood, and then they come back and say, okay, this is that, and this. That's how I felt when they handed me the paper. They just literally, okay, you have the kid for this amount. The kid is with the mother this amount. How much you make? Okay, and here's in a bailiff hand me the papers. I'm like, what the? And they study telling me it's 1,000 a month based on what you make. Now in California, let me let you know some more game. Out in Cali, I don't know how they do it in other states, but in California, the way they calculate child support is based on your total gross, not deducting taxes. So if you make 60,000 a year, that's how they calculate the child support based on total gross and the percentage of who keep the kid the most. And if you remember what I said, I had the kid 30% of the time, and the mother had the kids at 70%. So they felt that based on what I was making, I made double what the mother made, and the mother had the child more than me. I had to pay for pretty much all the expenses. You feel me? So back then, I was probably roughly making about 70,000 a year, about 70K a year. This 2005, 2006, roughly somewhere in between there. I can't remember the exact year. So based on what I made compared to the mother made and the percentage I did not have the kid, they basically told me, bruh, you gotta pay for everything. Do you feel? Was I mad? Yes. Did I start crying? No. I wanted to though. How did I survive? Oh, we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. We gonna get to that. So check it out. See, and this is the thing, right? At this point, for a man, this is what separate the men and the boys. This is the truth. You know what I'm saying? This is the truth right here. In my opinion, this is what separate the men from the boys. Because once they hit me with that sticker price of 1,000 a month, I could have easily quit my job. You know what I'm saying? Try to find little odd jobs because I know a couple of guys who done that. Back then, I was cool with. Today, I'm not. Because at the end of the day, child support aside, you did help bring this kid to the world, right? This child to the world. So you do have an obligation, regardless of the circumstances. So as a man, I have to accept that first. That's the first key to all of this. I did lay down. I did do what I did. You know what I'm saying? I have to accept the consequences of my actions. That's what grown people do, right? You know what I mean? So I wasn't forced. You know what I mean? I wasn't finessed. Well, it could have been. I don't know. But overall, I was a willing participant. So when I got hit with that sticker price of 1,000, I was just in shock, man. I was like this. What? 1,000 for one kid? And you know the other crazy part is too, right? Before I went to court, I'm talking to some of my family members. They like, oh man, if you buy the kid clothes, you can deduct that. Now I'm talking to people who either don't have a job, they're already on government programs, or they never been to court. So, but they telling me, oh man, if you buy clothes, they deduct that. No, they don't. Oh man, if you give the parent money in cash, they can deduct that. No, they don't. If you paying the mama, the parent or whoever watching the kid the most in cash, stop right now. Oop, no, stop. Because if they ever go to court, if you can't legally show that you directly gave them that money in cash, like either with some type of signature or something in a legal form, the parent that has the kid the most that you was paying cash can say that they never got payments. And let me give you another piece of game. Once the mother or whoever putting you on child support, stop paying them directly. You either got to give them a check or you have to have some type of notarized uh, document showing proof that you've been paying child support since they filed. Because in California, once they file for child support on you, from that day, let's say you don't get a court date for 6 months. For that whole 6 months, whenever you go to court, they're going to back charge you child support from the day they file child support on you. So if it takes 6 months to get you a court date, whenever you go to court, they take it back 6 months. So let's say, like I told you, I was paying $1,000 a month. So if I'm paying $1,000 a month, it's not just the month that we go to court. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 Playboy. They gonna back bill you from the day that she filed the child support order on you. So that's 6,000 to 5,000 in the rears and the 1,000 that I need to pay now. Thanks for the like. Hit that like button. I'm giving y'all sauce right now. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. You know what I mean? Support the channel, man. I'm giving y'all real game. This is real life. This ain't no pump fake. This ain't what I heard. This is Sean B. Solar, real life, man. Hit that like button. Man, who giving y'all sauce like this, man? I ain't playing out here. You know, I ain't playing out here. Hit that like button. Giving y'all real game out here, man. So yeah, check this out. So they hit you with, they also can charge you back support if you don't have proof, if you've been paying child support from the day that she filed or he filed or whoever the child is with or whoever that filed the child support on you, right? So you got to keep that in mind. So that's a little, you feel me? A little piece I want to give you so you can, if you paying something directly, stop or get a check. You know what I mean? If you don't know how to write checks, you better find a way to do a wire transfer or somewhere where it shows a digital, receipt where you can show proof. Because guess what? When you go see when you file your documents to go to court, that's what they're going to look at. Whatever you put, down for your income and expenses, you have to show in a legal form how you were paying. Because if you don't show proof that you was paying child support while y'all was going to court and they hit you with the child support, you have to pay the rears. And that's what mess up a lot of fellas. So I'm trying to tell you, you have to make sure you have everything documented once that paperwork is filed or once you served. California, you have to be served. So once they serve you, from that day forward, any money you was given have to be in form of a check or some type of wire transfer, but nothing directly. This ain't no cash money. You feel me? You don't do the Birdman rub and handing off wads of cash. No, 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 no. That's the wrong mistake. And if they real, devious, if they real, you know what I'm saying, trying to hit you, sock it to your pockets, they can be like, oh, I didn't get any child support for the last 6 months. And now they hitting you in the rears with the back support. So that's a little tidbit I want to give to you. So anyway, back to me. 1,000 a month. And keep in mind, I didn't tell you this, but I'm going to tell you now. At that time, one of the reasons why she put me on child support is that, A, I bought a house. I was staying in the Bay. I moved to Sac. I bought one of those Beezer homes out off of Truxell Road, San Juan, and Sacramento and Macamino. I bought a house out there, right? So basically, my oldest daughter, mom, you feel me, was jealous of me because I moved on and I bought a house and I'm doing well. He was like, what? She started doing a Birdman hand rub on me, huh? Do you feel me? She started doing a Birdman hand rub on me, bruh. You feel me? She started doing a Birdman hand rub on me because she just knew, oh, he just bought a house. How he gonna leave me? How we get we get a divorce. He leaves me, move on with his life, got a new relationship, and bought a house. He can't be that happy. I need to destroy everything he has because he can't be balling out here and I ain't getting a percentage of that. That's the way I took it, and that's the way I see it. Okay. So the way I survived it, I'm finna tell you. I'm about to tell you how I survived it. Because this is going back to what I originally said. In these type of situations, when men come to certain obstacles in life, you have to make a decision. I did continue to take her back to court. I did get it down a little bit, but I was still spending almost 700 a month. For the first 6 months, I had to pay 1,000. I eventually got it down to 7, but that's still a lot of money in my eyes, even today. 700 for one child a month, that's crazy. But hey, what am I gonna do? They said, they got a saying out here, either gonna barbecue or mildew. And hey, I love a barbecue. Do you feel me? So what I had to do, I'm finna tell you. First of all, I had to come to the realization about me. And at this point, this is going to make or break me. You know what I'm saying? I can continue making excuses, but them payments still got to be made. I can keep saying, oh man, she got me. You know what I mean? She took advantage of me. But at the end of the day, I still chose what I chose when I was with her. Regardless how we got to this outcome, we're at this outcome. You know what I mean? So at that time, I was doing a sales job. So the job probably was paying roughly, before the bonuses, it was like 40, 50,000 a year. So I told you I was making around 70,000 a year during that time. The rest, it was a sales job. It was like a call center job. So what I had to do, I had to turn it up. Thank you. Hit that like button, smash that like button, smash that like button. I was working for AT&T. It was a call center. And like I said, the job was paying between 40 to 50,000 a year. Right. So I just bought a house. I'm in a whole new relationship, a whole different type of situation going on. I said, man, I'm not gonna first of all, I feel myself so much as a man. Like I'm in the building and I'm feeling like, yee, like I'm on my, I'm not gonna kid y'all. I really feel like when it comes to grinding and putting myself in position to help others, help myself, I just feel like I just have that motivation. I just have that fire that I feel like can't nobody match that. Because I don't care where I'm at in life. I don't care what I have to deal with. I'm not going to allow whatever's affecting me be the thing that destroys me. That's that. I guess because I was born in the hood and I didn't get enough clothes and shoes when I was young. You feel me? So once I became an adult, I was like, man, I'm buying this every many shoes and clothes I want. You feel me? And so in that moment, I had to really honestly make a decision with myself because for a few months, I was mad. Every time I go pick up my kid, I'm looking at her, she looking at me. She knows she got me for the bread. You feel me? I even went through a phase, right? When I was going over to pick my oldest daughter up, right? My baby mama had, she would have a new man or whatever. I would look at him side eye because it's like I'm trying to figure out, do he work? You feel me? Does he have a job? Because I feel like I should be able to walk in her house. I'm paying 1,000 a month. I should be able to walk in your house, sit on her couch, and tell her to cook me some food just like him. Because I'm in here paying half the bills. You feel me? So I went through that phase for a minute, but I eventually calmed down. But I really felt like that because it's like, you want to take this money from me to really, I felt like taking care of another man. You feel me? That's in my mind. That's how I came. That's how I accepted it. You feel me? Thank you for the like. Hit that like, smash that like. I appreciate y'all. So for a while, I just came to a point where at the beginning, when I was first paying that money, I just felt like I still feel like I'm the man of her house. You feel me? Because I'm basically paying all the bills. And we talking about 2005, 2006. I'm paying 1,000 a month. You feel me? I know the rent was only back then, it was probably like 1,200 a month. So I'm literally paying all the rent. So she got free checks when she go to work. So I feel like I should be going, I go pick up my kid. I should be walking in there, opening the refrigerator, getting me some orange juice and asking where the snacks at. That's what I felt like for a while, but I had to calm down. You feel me? Be stolen, calm down. And once I really calmed down, I just came to the realization I'm a great man. I'm a great man because guess what? I still kept my house in Sac. You feel me? I'm coming back and forth from Sac to the Bay Area to pick up my daughter on the weekends. You feel me? And I basically just had to turn into a monster on my work ethic. I was already working pretty hard, but I turned it up. So the job was paying me, 40 to 50,000. I was making another 10 to 20,000 in sales alone because I said, you know what? I'm not going to let this situation destroy me. I'm not going to allow child support to break me. So I turned the fire up. You feel me? I turned the fire up. So I become a selling monster at the call center. You feel me? When people call in, they discussing their home. They at that time they had house phones. They still around. To some young folks, y'all don't know what that is, but I had a house phone, and at that time you used to be able to combine your house phone, your TV service, and your cell phone service all on one bill. Back then it was called Singular Wireless. Today it's AT&T Wireless. Do you feel? You feel me? You feel me? Because, hey, man, you either going to barbecue and mildew in life. Which one is you? I don't make excuses. I make things happen. You feel me? Yeah. No, at that time, I wasn't single, but I had somebody that was there. We was going, wasn't never 50-50, but they was helping out with the bills in the house. I will say that. Do you know? I wasn't single at that time. I was single a little bit later though. I was single a little bit later, but during that time period, when I got hit with that $1,000 sticker price, no, I was in a relationship. I was in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? But and that was another thing. So now you adding on another stress. So I'm already dealing with the baby mama. I'm dealing with me now. I chose to move, you know what I'm saying, an hour and a half away from where my child is staying. You know what I'm saying? From Sacramento to the Bay. So from like Richmond to Sacramento, that's like an hour and a half drive. You know what I mean? On average. And so I just feel like in that situation, a weak man would have crumbled. I had a few friends back then that did that. They was like, "Oh man, I'm quitting my job." Some of them quit their job, start doing little odd jobs, working under the table. You know what I'm saying? Some of them, they worked for a little while. Once child support catch up to their job, they quit that one and go to another one. But all you doing is just fighting it and inevitable. You feel me? You just fighting something that's eventually going to hit you later. I know a couple of guys. I even got an uncle. You know what I'm saying? He was so much in the rears. And it's another thing too. If you're dealing with somebody, even if they don't put you on child support out here in California, if the person that's taking care of your child, your partner, whoever, or ex-partner, if they get like welfare, like food stamps, but once they get the cash aid where they get the actual cash that they put on a card, that EBT or whatever they have now, the cash that they get, guess what? They come after the mail to pay back that cash. So that free money that most women get for taking care of the child on welfare, When they get the cash aid, the man or the child's father has to pay back the cash because they basically put that in a form of child support against the dad. So even if they don't take you to court for child support, if they get on government assistance, that assistance gonna come after the male to pay back the cash that the baby mama is getting for free. Do you feel? Man, who get y'all sauce like this? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Told y'all, man. Come to Sean B. Stoller. I deal in real life. You want that fakeness, you go over other places. But over here, we talk real life, real game, real situations, real experiences. You know what I'm saying? What you saying, Raina? Hold up. Let's see. This type of situation took a toll. Yeah, took a toll on a relationship. I had too many problems, many, yeah, baby mamas, and it was still being, yeah, problematic. Yeah. My husband has a and payments. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm trying to tell you. That's why my husband went back to court in December, and because every time, let's see. Exactly. See, come on now. See, Raina, you know what I'm saying. Hey, I ain't lying to y'all, man. This is not no lie. Another thing too, like I said, when it comes to once child support, once it's documented and it's in it's put in the courts, you have to do everything legally. Nothing under the table, nothing on a promise. It has to have some type of legal documents or proof that you can show that you did something. And like I said, in Cali, uh, providing clothes and all that's considered just everyday expenses. Yeah, exactly. They think it's free money. It's not free money. When they get that cash, when they receive that cash assistance, yeah, all that got to get paid back. And if like I said, the mother, first of all, for the mother or whoever taking care of the kid, when they get the cash aid, first of all, they can't even make a certain amount of money. Once they go over a certain amount, they can't even get it. So if they are getting it, that means that they're barely working. You know what I'm saying? They probably don't work at all, and somebody has to pay that back. Yeah, he's a barber. Yep, and he filed taxes. See, that's what I'm saying. And so they come after his taxes. Yeah. So once you owe child support, they come after your taxes. They even can hit your savings account. How about that? In California, back in when I was dealing with what I dealt with back then, they hit up my savings account. They took a chunk out of my savings. They couldn't have to hit the checking, but any savings account, once it's over a certain dollar amount, they can attach and take something of that if you in the rears out here in California. Let alone if you don't pay at all, they can suspend your license. So if they suspend your license, if you need your license to work, how are you going to work if you have no driver's license? Most jobs out here, if you have to drive somewhere, you can't even legally drive because if you're in the rears too much and you can't make payments, they can take your driver's license and put you in jail out here. Do you feel? But be honest with you. It's good that it seemed like Raina too. You seem like, what I'm saying, you're an understanding woman. So I know you helping them out, or at least making things a little bit easy for them. That's definitely a good thing, but it's like this, right? The reason why I say child support won't break me, will never break me, is because as a man, you have to find a way to make extra income, no matter what the circumstances is, you know? You have to, because at one point, when I was trying to rebuild myself back up, I was working three different jobs at the same time. I was working two part-time jobs. I worked part-time at Macy's, part-time at UPS, and I was doing DoorDash on the side, all at the same time. No pump fake. So once a man is, like I said, once you accept what you did and what part you played in the situation, now you have an obligation to either continue building higher or find a way to reduce expenses. That's it. You can't make excuses because who want to hear it? Outside of the people that care about you, nobody care about your situation. Outside of the people that care for you, nobody care about your situation. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I feel sorry for you," but really, okay, if you feel that sorry, can you slide me a check? You feel me? You know what I mean? Man, I hope you shouldn't have went through that. Okay, well now I'm going through it. What you got for me? You know what I mean? So my whole point of it is everybody has a point in their life where they have to make a difficult decision. It's not easy, and it's sacrifices that have to be made, you know? And you have to make a decision is this worth fighting for? Because looking back on that situation, looking back on everything, regardless how I got to where we got to, I can't take nothing back. I accept everything that happened because I did play a part of it. Like I said, you can't control nobody, but you can control yourself. And everybody has a story, everybody has a journey, but how you treat and accept your journey is the difference. You can cry all day about what somebody did to you. This ain't fair. But at the end of the day, you still have to produce. You still have to sacrifice. You still have to overcome. So whoever you believe in believe into, Jesus or whatever religion you are, go to that. But after you pray and you do whatever you need to do religiously, you still have to physically get out here and make things shake. And unlike other countries in America, there's a lot of opportunity, but the problem is a lot of people don't want to make those sacrifices to get to those opportunities. They want to make, I can't do this, I can't do that. Yes, you can. You know what I'm saying? You wanted that nice car you driving. You got a new iPhone, you know what I mean? You got a new phone almost every time a new one come out, you got a new phone. You ain't missing meals. You know what I mean? You out here looking extra chunky like me. You know what I mean? Got a little weight on you, so you're not starving. So at the end of the day, from a man perspective, you have to produce. It's not an option. And you have to come to a point till you come to the realization this is the reality. So is that going to be the thing that destroys you, or that is going to be the thing that motivates you to put you in a better position? You got the iPhone 11. That's it. Hey, you know what? I had the iPhone 12 for a long time. I just upgraded. I ain't gonna lie. I just got the new one like maybe 3, 4 months ago. Okay. But I had the iPhone 12 for a minute. But you know what I'm saying, man. Even in the hood, right? If people were so down and out, why people still got? I see more brand new cars in the hood than I see in a well put together neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Why do I see brand new Mustangs, Chargers, Hellcats? I be seeing Range Rovers in the hood. I'm like, where y'all get this money from? You know what I mean? I'm like, my goodness. So my point of saying that is that's why I always talk about, you know, going to the club or going out. Sometimes you have to grind for a while. Be honest with you. I talk about, if you go back and watch a lot of my earlier videos, I talk a lot about, in my 20s, I was making good money. But once I got in my 30s, I was laid off. I got laid off from AT&T in 2008, 2009, the housing crisis, that crushed my whole world. So not only I was on child support, remember I told you 2005, 2006, and 2008, maybe 2009, I was laid off from AT&T. They gave me a severance package, wasn't enough. I eventually had to sell my house and I had to rebuild everything I had. The good thing is, once my income went down, I was able to lower my child support. But who want to go through those life tragic situations to get to that situation? You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Life is going to take you through things, whether it's the devil or whoever. You're going to be tested in life. I always say this. I did a video maybe 3 4 months ago saying life will learn you, and that's what it is. We all have to go through something. Some is more severe than others, but you're still going to have something that's going to challenge your relationship, your religion, your well-being. You're going to go through that. But you got to take those situations and turn that into motivation. Because I can sit here and have a side party all day about, man, why I had to go through this, why I had to go through that. But as a man, I only can give you my point of view. You have to come to the realization this is what it is. You can't sit here and say, I shouldn't go through this, because guess what? When you go to sleep and wake up tomorrow, the situation is still the same. Do you feel? You know what I mean? The situation is still the same. It is, man. And it's just, you have to be, that's why I always talk about that. Like when people say 50-50, I don't believe in none of that. Nothing is 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Having a child ain't 50-50. Because yes, you know what I'm saying? We connect, we do what we do in the bed, but I'm not the one that's like I said, that's having the baby. You know what I'm saying? That's having the contractions. If you might even have, some medical conditions after having a child. I'm not the woman that's going through all those, you know what I'm saying, changes in her body and stuff like that. So there is no 50-50. Whether it's having a child, whether it's taking care of a child. One person is going to spend more time with the child than the other. You feel me? That's just general, you know what I'm saying? General situations in a relationship. And 90% of the time, it's the woman that's spending more time with the child than the man, especially if the man works or have to work 2 jobs and work on the weekend. You feel me? And find other ways to get extra income on side of that, doing security. I mean, come on, man. But the key is, that's why I say this. The most important thing in your house is your partner and your relationship. Because guess what? If you got a real woman on your side, when you go through these situations and she's understanding and willing to go through the process with you, because let's be honest, when a man is going through something with his previous baby mama, the new relationship woman don't have to stay there for that. So if she chooses to stay there for that, for one, you need to honor that. As a man, you have to honor that and respect her. You feel me? But on the flip side, the man has to go out here and produce. You have to take care of multiple households now. See, this is the baller talk. At this point, you got to take care of 2 households. Because guess what? The old saying is still true today. I'm sorry. It's cheaper to keep her. So if you choose not to keep her, this is the end result that you have to accept. Because when that baby mama go get the cash aid, they not gonna come after the baby mama. They coming after you, player. Yeah, he have to make it happen. Absolutely. When that woman go get on child support, when she go get cash aid, she gonna get all these little programs. You know what I'm saying? Anything that has to be paid back, they coming after you, playboy. They coming after the guy. Whether you have a good conversation with her or not, if she go get on any of those programs where it's cash involved, they coming after you for the money. So you can be as nice as you want, but you still have to produce. You have to make it happen. And that's why once a child become an adult and they want to choose to get an adult activity, you have to treat them like an adult. I know if that's your young, your young child or young adult or children, whoever, they have to understand that, hey, if you go out here, you lay down with a woman, y'all have a kid, guess what? No matter if you 19 or if you 30, child support is not going to be light on you. It ain't gonna be like, oh, you just turned 19. Oh, we ain't gonna charge you child support. You're kidding me. So it's just certain things that a man has to do in life. Oh, my child, she's 20. She about to be 21 on the 25th. My oldest. I got two girls. One is 5 and one is 20, soon to be 21. That's a big ass gap. Yeah, she's 21 now. Well, soon to be 21 on the 25th. I'm gonna be in Vegas too on the 25th of this month, the last weekend of April. I'm taking her to Vegas. Yep, I survived. Oh, absolutely. You think that all these videos I'm talking, all this motivation, you thought I wasn't gonna survive? Huh? All these motivational videos. Now I gotta talk about myself like Jay-Z. You feel me? All these motivation videos. You thought I was just pump faking. You thought this was just a script that I was reading. No, this is real life, baby. This is real life. This ain't a lot of this is my real situation. I just code it with other conversations, but it's all me dipped in the sauce. You feel me? Hey, she better love me. You know what I mean? Even if she don't, she better act like she do. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? My daughter better love me. You know what I'm saying? Now she better love me. But at the end of the day, that's what a man has to do. That's the reality. And unfortunately, in my opinion, a lot of guys choose not to, so that's why they make excuses. That's why you know, they don't want to be a man no more. Someone want to flip to the other side, like, oh, I don't like this job. You know what I'm saying? Some people want to choose a different profession, huh? Should we say? But seriously, though, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it is. And if you're a baller, if you're a boss, if you anybody that really have made something of your life, you know that at the end of the day, think of it like this, right? If you have a business and you selling product, you have people coming in and out your store, you know a percentage somebody is going to steal out your store. Let's say you own a convenience mark, a corner store, whatever. It doesn't even matter what it is. You have to have a budget for a certain amount of product you know that's going to be stolen out your store. You have to have a budget. Okay, I have to sell my goods at this price because it has to ensure the rest of the store, meaning what I'm selling to you has to be a profit. So, unfortunately, from a man perspective, because a lot of us think basic in the sense of I have to make a certain amount of money because I know at the end of the day, I'm going to be responsible for certain things in the house. You know what I'm saying? And that's why some guys take advantage of situations of relationships because they are the breadwinner. And that's where some people, overstep their power. You know what I'm saying? No diddy. You feel me? Um, but for the real men out there, you just come to a realization at some point in life where you just know I have to produce. Like for me, I'm the type of guy I have to work and do something. I'm not the type who can sit around all day. I have to go to work. You know what I mean? I have to find something constructive to do with my time. You know what I mean? That's why I work. I work, 50 plus 60 hours a week, and I still do YouTube 3 to 4 videos a week because that I just have that tenacious grind inside of me. You know what I mean? Because I always want more. I want to be greater. That's it. That's not, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, as a man, you have to come to that realization that this is my reality. And that's why I say you have to accept your life. You have to accept your responsibilities. You have to accept what you chose to do with your dipstick. Do you feel, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a little bit of truth to it. When you choose to lay down with certain individuals, you have to accept what comes with that, good or bad. Because if it was all good, you wouldn't have a problem continuously doing it. So when it becomes bad, you have to deal with that reality too. Because every relationship, you're going to have ups and downs. The question is it worth you fighting for? The question is, are you willing to fight for it? And I never mentioned excuses. I never mentioned how I felt about the baby mama. That doesn't even matter at this point. The point is, you have to produce, you have to make it happen. See, once you jump off the porch and become a grown individual, you can't go back. You know what I'm saying? It's like you rush in life to be an adult as a child. You want to be an adult so fast. And then once you become an adult and you have all these responsibilities, now you want to put the genie back in the bottle. Oh no, Playboy, the genie's out the bottle and it ain't never going back in. Do you feel genie in a bottle? Who remember that song? You know, it is what it is. And that's why I say you have to accept your responsibilities. You have to accept your reality. And that's where some people run to other vices, run to liquor, run to smoking, run to a sex addiction. I mean, it's so many different things you can run to. But once you get finished doing whatever you chose to do as your vice, that reality is still the same. Do you feel me? It's still the same. You can think it's different. You can, man, I don't want to deal with this. Yeah. You just got to tell yourself this: I will never allow child support to break me. I will never allow negativity to break me. I will never allow another individual to have that power over me. I will not allow my reality to be the thing that destroys me. You know what I mean? So you're either going to grind harder, put yourself in a better position, or you're just going to stay in the same current condition. Do you feel? Huh? That's the reality of it. That's the reality. You know? And you see, I didn't really mention nothing about the woman. Because at that point, it doesn't matter. She can choose to do whatever she chooses to do. The difference is how you attack that situation. Now, can you fight it to lower it? Yeah, you probably could. You can get it down, but it's still, you got to remember, it's based off your income and the percentage of how much you have the kid. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. See, the other thing too, which I was saying early in this live, right? What I didn't know, which I figured out later, but I keep going back to court, is the biggest thing outside of the income, the biggest thing, especially in California, I'm pretty sure in every other state, is the percentage that you have the kid. Whoever have the kid the least amount of time, usually it's the father, you're going to have to pay more child support because it's based on it's a number game. That's why I said it's not even personal. It's really based on how much you make and a percentage of the time you are with the child. So because I was only 30%, and I'm roughly making 70K a year, they like, well, when she only make 30, 35, 40K, you making almost double what she make, and she has the kid all the time. We finna hit you for that thou wow. You know what I'm saying? So as I kept going back, I figured out, okay, boom, it's because of the percentage of the kid. But at the flip side, how can I keep the kid longer when I have to work longer? You know what I mean? So that's where your support system kicks in. So in your situation, it might be best if you guys can maybe, Raina, I'm talking to, if you can find a way to get the visitation higher for your husband. That's the only way you can lower it more. You still gonna have to pay. There's no way around it because unless you can get out, unless y'all can come to agreement. Now that did eventually happen for me. So unless you can come to an agreement and either A, you take some off child support, or B, you go to the court or get it notarized where you both agree to a certain amount. And then when you go to court, they'll make it law and that's it. You know, that's how it work out here in Cali. So that's another thing too. I'm glad you brought that up. What eventually happened in my situation with my oldest child mother is that eventually she actually apologized to me years later. She apologized for putting me on child support and took me off. But at that time, my child was like my oldest. She was probably around 16, 15 or 16. So she had like a 10-year run. You know what I mean? About a 10-year run and trying to hit me up for some bread. And then when my daughter she turned around 15, you know, her mother apologized to me and took me off child support. And we had a verbal agreement, which that's what I wanted from day one. See, I was never the type that ran away from my obligations. I just wanted it for us to come to some type of agreement. And so what I personally feel for the man, you have to find, see, this is the other part too. For a man, you got to come to the realization, A, this is happening. You can't control it. But B, you have to find a way to go and talk to your baby mama, if you can, and try to come up with a dollar amount where you both can agree upon and you can accept that. Because in most states, I know in Cali, like I mentioned, if you can come to an agreement, y'all get it notarized. You go to the courthouse, you know, they confirm it. They will even try, because I seen it when I went to court. One of the times I went to court, it was a woman up there where they told her she can get more than what she was asking for, but she said no. This is the amount that me and the child's father we agreed upon, and this is what I want to put down for his child support. I have seen that. It was only one woman. It was about 20 in there, and one of the 20, she went up to the judge when she had her time to speak about her child support, and all she was asking for was the amount that her and her child father agreed upon. That's a real woman right there. You know what I'm saying? So it is some you know, some moments you can look at like, damn, okay, I can accept that. But regardless, what I say is, regardless what the parent is, you know, the mother is trying to do, or whoever the guardian is trying to get child support from you do, you have to produce. You have to go above and beyond. Be honest with you, I haven't worked 40 hours. I haven't worked less than 50 hours in the last 10 years. So people working 40 hours a week, I don't know what that feel like. And if you own a business, you definitely working more than 50, 60 hours a week, especially if you somebody starting up your business from ground level. You can't afford to have a payroll with a whole bunch of employees. You know what I'm saying? So I figured out at a young age, as a young adult, 40 hours a week, I will be broke. To me, if somebody want to say, jobs don't get you rich. That's how you definitely don't get rich, is when you just think 40 hours a week is enough. You feel me? You have to put in way more than that. At least if you want more out of life. You know what I'm saying? And then when you add children on top of that, you gotta come on, man. You gotta put in work, playboy. Oh, you say you're dealing with the grandmother because the mother's in the streets and it's a difficult problem. Yeah. Well, in that case, sometimes I don't know how the grandmother is. If he can go over there, and talk to her like a man, and they really sit and have like a conversation, respectful conversation, he might be able to get, the grandmother to work out a deal. But if the mother's in the street, I don't know about the grandma. She might be came from the streets. So, but even with that, maybe that would work to his benefit. I mean, have you tried that, Raina? Where he sat down and really talked to her, just man, the grandmother, and just, with a respectful tone, respectful voice. You know what I'm saying? Like your demeanor is everything too. You gotta, and this is one of the moments where you gotta humble yourself. I don't believe in humbling yourself a lot, but when it comes to this, you have to humble yourself, meaning you have to control your emotions. This is very important. You have to learn as a man, you have to know, you have to choose your battles, because everything, you can't fight for everything. And you have to control your emotions when you're talking about a real sticky situation, such as child support. You know, that's key. You can't go over there like, oh, this is crazy. I shouldn't be paying all this. Nah, bro. That ain't the conversation you want to have. In my experience, you want to have one like, you know what? I understand I have to pay for my child. All I'm asking, can we make a reasonable agreement and we can both agree upon? Because I have no problem paying child support. I want to support my kid. That's my blood. You feel me? That's my legacy. So all I'm asking is that we sit down, talk, be reasonable with each other, and come up to an amount that we can both agree upon. That's all I ask of thee. Is that a possibility? I'm not, at the end of this conversation, I'm not saying I'm not going to pay child support. I'm letting it very known, very clear. I'm here to pay, but I can't continue to pay at this high amount. But I'm here to talk and negotiate. See, this is the business part kicks in, because once you get the dollar amount involved, it's no longer personal. It's strictly business. The child is separate. That's why when you go to family law, visitation is a different court date and child support is a different court date. In California, they're separate. They don't discuss visitation and child support on the same court date. That's not how it works here in Cali, like how you see it on TV with the judges. No, they don't do it like that. They are two separate units. And they did that for a reason, because it complicates everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you have to come up, you have to either find a way to reach the other partner or ex-partner or grandmother or whoever. You have to find a way where you come to common ground and come to an agreement. See, okay, boom. Okay, yes, okay. Yep. He talked last year, and she took him off child support, and he was spending time with the child, with the kid, paying her with check, but the grandmother is applied for cash. She applied for cash aid. No. Oh, see, the beginning was so cool. Then you got to the end. Why she filed for cash aid? He need to go back and talk to her now. Like, hold up, why you need cash aid? What you need, cigarettes? What you need? You need a pack of Newports and some Lays? I got you. I get that to you for every Friday. Now, not the cigarettes though. Okay, I'm joking. I'm just joking though. But I'm just saying, why she getting the cash aid? Come on now. She don't need that cash aid. The cash aid is what, about $300-400? Oh my goodness. She don't need to be on that cash aid. Man, but that's what it is. You have to find a way to reach the other party. And that's why I always talk about a man has to control his emotions. Yeah, I got to go back to court. Back to court. You know what I'm saying? But even with all this situation, right? For on the man side, you can be so much more productive when you can control your emotions. I know it sucks. I know certain situations you like, dang man, we just got to a good place and this happened. But you have to control your emotions and understand, you know what? I'm gonna find a way to get through this. Because you find a way to get through everything else. You're not homeless, right? Your refrigerator, you still got groceries in the refrigerator. Yeah, I know he was mad. I know he's mad. I would have been mad too. I ain't gonna even lie. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not saying it doesn't affect me, but at the end of the day, that's why it's important for a man to always work and always have extra somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm gonna save that for a different conversation. That's gonna be a different live. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how I'm gonna explain that and still keep it coded. You know what I mean? But that's why I talk about a man has to produce and he has to make sacrifices. Just think about the old school days, right? Like back in the days most people can afford to have one person working in the household, most of the time it was the man. So the woman would be at home, taking care of the kid, cleaning the house, and the man will go out into the world, work, whatever he got to do, and he bring the money back home. That hasn't changed today. I mean, yeah, other people have took the role, but the role itself never changed because biologically the woman is designed to nourish the children. You know what I mean? That's why you breastfeed. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the child come out of the woman because biologically she is designed to be a mother. You know what I'm saying? And the man is designed to work longer. You know? Oh, of course, of course. Now, of course, that's another caveat to it. You know what I'm saying? And of course, the government want their percentage. Well, remember, we in America. America is designed for what? Capitalism, which is what? Money, transfer of money, of wealth, of assets, finances. Everything is a transaction. Once you born and you given a social security number, you are now a tax. You are now a tax credit for somebody. Think of it like that. That's why I made a video a year ago saying treat yourself like a business, no matter if you actually have a business or not. The way you conduct yourself when you go to an interview, the way you work at a job, you have to treat yourself like a business because reputation is everything. In today's era, everything is a digital receipt. You know, if you pay enough money, you can find out a whole person background before you even meet them. You know what I'm saying? So treat yourself like a business when you go out into the world because cameras is everywhere. You feel me? So that's what I'm saying. That's why I always try to come on here and drop game, drop knowledge, and just life experiences I've been through, and hopefully somebody feel me. Do you feel? You know? But honestly, that's the truth, though. Because technology is not going to go. It's not going down. It's going up. You know what I mean? Mm, let's waste some water on myself. You know? So you got to remember that. And like I said, you got to always stay grinding, always stay. As a man, for me, be honest with you too, I'm gonna save a lot of this for the next live, but some nights it's hard for me to sleep. And it's not that I'm really stressed out or anything. It's that my mind is constantly moving for the next thing. How can I get better at this? How can I get more money from that? Like it's just, I don't know where that comes from, but I just got that constant motor that never stopped running. You know what I mean? The only time I'm not in business mode is when I'm on vacation. But even then, if I'm on vacation, I'm trying to make sure I can use that. You feel me? To get find a way to make money off that. So I'm always in hustle mode. No matter how much money I have, no matter where I'm at in life, I can't stop thinking about continuously to better myself. I don't know if that's a gift or curse. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I think a lot of it has to do with, life experiences. And I never want to be in that place I was when I didn't have it or couldn't achieve it. I never want to be back at that place again. So that's a conversation for a different day, though. But I appreciate your time today, Raina. Thank you. And hopefully I made you, make you look at things a little bit different or confirm some of the things that you doing or thought about or feeling. You feel me? And I appreciate each and every one watching this live. I've been giving y'all this sauce, man. The last few days, man, y'all gotta watch my lives, man. I've been kicking game on here, giving y'all that sauce, man. Subscribe to the channel, hit that like button. If you're not familiar, I am Sean B. Stoller. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration. Till next time, peace, y'all. Have a good day.